We're going to get started here in just a second. Just want Facebook to go live. It's like being really weird. Here's my new mug from the conference that I spoke at yesterday. Hi. Hey, welcome to the Death of a Dream podcast. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's right. We changed it again. Okay, so let's go ahead and ground ourselves in our greatness. Yesterday, I spoke on the first stage that I have spoken on for myself, for my business, for my brand, mine, right? Like, first off, the fact that there even is a conference where I can get a first stage is like just a whole nother level of incredible. But then there's this other side, which is like the fact that right here, right where I'm at, right in this like lonely journey that I've been on for the last 3 years, like I get to go sit in a room with some of the most incredible women that I've ever met. And I get to feel their energy, and I get to speak to some of the most incredible women that I will ever meet. And like for the longest time, I just had this belief that these people didn't exist around me and that I would have to go out and find them. And I did, right? Like I needed support really early on. Like, please tell me I'm not alone in this. Please tell me other people have these thoughts. And luckily, at least one person did. Right? But like, you'll find it when you need it. I don't know that me speaking at this conference, had it happened when I like played it out in my mind happening, I don't know that I would have benefited the way that I did yesterday. And even that was still like, can I trust this? Is it okay to interact? Like, are they going to like this person? Like there was still that hesitation, right? There was still that moment where I just questioned whether or not I would belong. And you just do. Like, you're going to find the right things exactly when you need them, and you can trust that. I'm telling you as someone who set out to dispel that myth. Like, I had all of these beliefs, and one of them was that, like, I don't know anybody. I have these thoughts. I've never met anybody who has these thoughts. And so I'm just convinced that they don't exist. And so I shall forge alone and find people when I need them, find people as I take steps further down this path. And yesterday I spoke to an audience of amazing people, and I sat in a room with amazing people, and they were all like a lot of them were almost within my zip code, right? Like I know that I wouldn't have interacted the way that I got to yesterday because of the work that I've been doing. I know that I wouldn't have benefited in the way that I did yesterday had I gone on this adventure and done that when I wanted to, right? On my own terms, in my own timeline. It just wouldn't have helped that much, right? And not because they're not the amazing group of women that they were yesterday, because I wasn't an amazing woman. I was still, like, I think back to where I was really early on my journey when I would have applied for something, and like I wouldn't have been ready for that room. Not at all. right? But I still wanted it. I still wanted to be there. I still wanted that. And I think the biggest mistake that I made was not just like stepping out and going anyways, even though I had been turned down. Because I could have benefited anyways. But I think that's exactly it. That speaks to it. Um, that's why I wouldn't have benefited, right? Because at that point, it was just all about benefit. And yesterday, it was all about like just trying to help. I know what I know, right? I know enough to at least plant a seed of possibility, and yesterday was the first time that I actually spoke my stats out loud to people, and that was scary, but that's a part of, like, I'm building from zero. You realize how crazy that is. And like, you don't get there overnight at all. And that's exactly what this is. Like, I want you to know the whole honest journey so that someday when I'm just sharing quotes and trying to inspire people from where I'm at, someday, if you're just starting, you don't look at where I am and think that you can't get there. Like, I wanted to write the whole story for people. I wanted you to experience 0 and then 1 and then 1 and then 1 and 1 and 1. Oh, sorry. I had like 1 listener for 6 months straight, right? Like, but it's 1. And that's the reason you started. And that's what's going to wake you up. And that's what's going to excite you. And if you can stay true to that one person and be okay with that, right? And build for her or him, right? Build for that person. Just do what you started, and so many people start just saying, if I could just help one person. So stay true to that, right? Like, that's it. And I think early on, I was wanting to help one person, but I was wanting to relieve myself from the pain of authentically building an audience in front of people. And so I know, had I gotten that first shot, had I gotten a yes right away, I know that we would have been on a completely different journey, because I would have. Because that group of women are amazing and they just want to support you, and I needed support, and they would have supported me, and they would have listened, and they would have gave me metrics that would have allowed me to not dive in to the reality of the work that I needed to do on myself, right? Like, they would have lifted me up and believed in me before I believed in myself. And that was the most important part of the journey. Like, I had to be at a place where I actually authentically believed and loved myself. And you can go on that journey with me. But I think my great thing from yesterday was just like doing it. We've been dreaming of stages for a while, y'all. And that was the first one. Like, that's just the start. And I'm so excited to keep writing this story with you. I'm so excited to hopefully just inspire what could be in your mind. Like, I was texting with a friend back and forth, and she, being the amazing soul that she is, texts me and she's like, I'm listening to your podcast while you're on the way to speak on a stage. Like, take that in. Right? And like, she knows. because she was sitting in rooms with me when I told her these crazy, unrealistic dreams. And she knows how true that is. And she knows how crazy the journey has been. And so I think those people are just going to plant those little seeds of reality. Like, that's dreams. That's hashtag goals, whatever you got to put it as. Right? And like, it all just started with me actually embracing it and acknowledging and not settling for anything less than what I unrealistically dreamt. I don't know where we're going to end up. This is like the ultimate test right here, playing out in front of all of us. So go ahead and take time, recognize yourself for your great thing. Hey, we all need a little confidence boost. We all need to shift that belief that greatness is like a never-ending struggle. When we make it a part of our everyday, when we make it a part of our being, everything is great. Right? And then those big moments, we actually feel like we should be there. Right? Like we don't have to get over a year of imposter syndrome because we practice greatness every day, y'all. We know. We got this. Okay. So let's dive in. Guys, I'm a sign person. You know this. Obviously, like, I literally left my 9-to-5 because of probably some sort of weird freak cardinal migration. Like, I love signs. I can't even explain that more. And I'm constantly asking for them, from God and the universe and just all the things, right? And that sounds crazy. Like, I remember just praying and me and God, or whoever you embrace who that is, right? Everybody's interpretation is different in their description and who that is for you. But for me, we just chat. Like, I'm not like weird about it. I still feel kind of weird signing off with an amen, but I still have this belief in my head, driven by my mom every day, that amen is like just how you end it. And that's the only way of God really embracing and knowing what you're talking about, which I'm still okay. So whatever. We're just chatting. And I'm like, guy, girl, God, spirit, universe, I just need a sign. Yep, I need another one. I know that I'm asking for a lot. And I know that I've been asking this for 3 weeks, right? Every day for 3 weeks. I'm like, hey, bro, toss out a sign. I'm pretty sure I'm going down the right direction, but I never know. And then you get these chances, these moments, these you have a conference or you book a guest or you talk to someone and you're like, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. This is going to be the thing. This is going to be the thing. And here's what I want to tell you. It's never going to be the thing. Ever. I know that's hard, right? You're the thing. And these are all amazing things, but they are probably not ever going to play out the way that you envision. And that's beautiful. And some of them do. And likely when they do, they're still not what you envision because they're actually better. Yeah. So you never get it right in your mind. So I'm just saying, don't overthink what that thing is going to do or what it's going to lead to. Go in true to your intention. And so yesterday it was just oh my gosh, this is going to be it. Yes, I can't wait. And it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to set yourself up for that disappointment. Let me save you. As someone who literally, I was convinced, right, that I was going to be a makeup influencer. There is not a chance in this world that I should be influencing anyone's makeup application. Like, fine, I'm all for having products, endorsing products that I believe in, that I use, but no one should watch me apply makeup. This is not a good thing. But there was a time where it was like, okay, that's going to be the thing. That's going to be it. I just know. And I remember like going to bed and being like, this is just the break. This is going to do it. This is going to be the thing. And I remember like putting and expelling all of my energy there and just being like, oh my gosh, yes. And now we're going to find out tomorrow. Like I'm refreshing my email like, okay. We're going to find out. This is going to be the thing. It's going to happen. Right. Like it's going to happen. And like, I don't even want to tell you how to put on makeup. Like, here's my approach, right? Because I'm a marketer. My approach is like, I want to just teach people how to just like look and feel pretty and just do it in 5 minutes. Like that's going to be my approach. It's going to be different from what they already have. And like, that's super cool. Come on. This is going to happen. This is meant to happen. This is going to be the thing. I know it. Right. And I'm like expelling all of this energy and then it doesn't happen. And like, it shouldn't. Okay. It shouldn't have happened. There is no question. It's similar to the first time that I rejected from the stage I spoke to. Like, it shouldn't have happened. I'm still not sure that it should have happened now, but it shouldn't have happened back then. And that's amazing, right? But that means that you're going to get turned down from stuff that you're sure of, that you're sure is going to be the thing. And so this morning, as I do, I'm like, hey, bro, I've been asking you for a sign, okay? And I'm kind of starting to get frustrated, and I know like you're just supposed to like love you and ask but not expect, because like some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. So I'm trying to just be grateful and realistic and like not demand, but I'm getting a little bit pissed here because every morning I go outside and I walk my dog at 4 a.m. and I'm looking up at the stars, and shooting stars have always been a sign for me early on when I met my husband. Like, I'm not kidding. I had just gotten out of a really sketchy, weird relationship. And I had a really hard time with that. And I was abusing myself as a result. I had a severe eating disorder. And like, I remember just being like, and even at that point, me and God had a weird thing going on, or the universe, or whoever. And I remember just being like, this is too good to be true. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this person. Like, this is too good. This would actually mean that I can build a life I want. This person. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. And so from that point on, for every night until I finally got past the struggle of letting go that I was not good enough for this person, I saw a shooting star. I'm not kidding. Like, come on, it's a cardinal moment. I'm just saying, I'm here for it. And I saw a shooting star. And so for the last 3 weeks, I've been like, hey there, God. I like go out every morning at 4. I'm not sure if you're aware of my schedule, but I'm just saying, like, I'm out here. I'm looking up at the stars. I'm walking even slower. You know how you do, because you're just like, you're going to do it, right? Like, it's coming, right? And so then I'm like, okay, we'll walk slower. Like, we'll wait. I'm waiting for this sign. Send me a shooting star. So for 3 weeks, that's been my morning routine. We're walking slower. We're waiting. Like, please just send me a sign that I'm on the right freaking path. I think I am, but like, how do you know? Right? Like, this lights me up. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to be doing. This is me fully embracing the gifts that I've been given. So like, dude, tell me I got it right. Because I'm going to be pissed if I don't and you didn't talk to me. Like, tell me I got it right. So for 3 weeks, right, we've been cussing. Me and this God of mine. We've been having talks. And I'm like, I just need a sign. So this morning, I like send up my Hail Mary. Like, bro, listen. I'm going to go back, right? Like, I'm having an ultimatum moment with him. I'm going back. I'm just going to let you know. Like, that conference was amazing. Those people were amazing. But, like, it's getting hard. Okay? The grocery bill is still big. This is a risk. This whole thing has been a faith journey. You have given me signs every way up until now that I'm supposed to be doing this. So, bro, line it up. Okay? I get it. If you've been busy and you've been somewhere else and you've been like, hey, sis, I gave you signs, okay? Just keep trusting. Like, I left this secure 9 to 5, this thing that told me and informed everything that I was supposed to be doing on freaking cardinals flying every day. Like, you get how crazy that sounds, right? But I'm trusting you. So listen, I swear I'll never record again. I swear I'll never speak again. I'll never write another word. I promise you. I need that sign. I'm about to need it. Okay? I need you to tell me that I am doing what I'm supposed to do. Because there are days, and like we're building from zero and it's so intentional. Like someday it's gonna help someone who's lost. And I know that it's needed. Because it's what I needed. And so, okay, get it together. Come on. And so, I'm like, I know that it's a book. Like, I know that. I've always known that. And you've heard me. Like, I'm scared of the next step. And so this morning I'm like, I just need the next step. I just need a sign to keep going. And like all of these people pouring into me is like so helpful and so life-giving. And the fact that it's already been a manual for some of you is like just proof, right? To keep going. So I shouldn't need a sign. But today I was just like, yesterday was so life-giving and it was so amazing on so many different levels. Like, this is just confirming that, like, this is the work that I want to do. This is where I want to be. And so it's just like, can you just back me up for a second? I've been asking. I just, like, want to know. And I know, right? I know I shouldn't even be asking for a sign anymore. Because, geez, like, God's just got to be up there. Like, sis, can you get over yourself? Like, I'm sending you people. Like, it's that joke, literally. Like, I'm that joke where God's like, there's this person and they're stranded and they're praying for a sign to save them. And so like someone comes up on a raft and they're like, hey, do you want to ride? And he's like, no, God's sending something. Like, no, I'm okay. And then there's a helicopter and they come in to save them. And they're like, no, there's going to be a sign. Like, there's going to be a sign. And then finally this person just like dies. And then they go up to heaven. And I'm not telling this joke, right? But like, hopefully it's not lost. And they go up to heaven. And God says, and the person says, like, you were supposed to save me. I was waiting. And God's like, bro, I sent you 5 5 boats, 3 helicopters. Like, that was your sign, right? And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, every single time that I've asked for that, I've had another sign. But like, right, it just wasn't official enough. So I guess I'm just slapping myself this morning going, okay, you're right. You have been giving me signs. You have been sending me lifeboats. But today, I'm not kidding you. So I wake up and I'm a little bit tired because like I'm a crazy person. Yesterday was just like, we did all the things. So I'm a little bit tired. And the last couple mornings, I've just let my dog out versus walked said dog. Because first off, like, I'm not going out here and being disappointed by the lack of signs that I've been given. Like, I'm not doing that work anymore. I'm just not even going to put myself in the arena to be accepting of a sign. Because at this point, like, bro, you're just not going to do it for me. So I like swore off all ability to even get a sign. And so I'm standing at the door. I'm almost going to let him out. And something just said, like, just walk the dog. Just walk the dog. So I put the leash on and I'm like, fine, I'm walking the dog. Fine. And I don't even have to do my awkward walk around. I look up and there's this shooting star right in front of me. Like right above my head. First glance up. I don't even have to hang out. Like, I don't even have to do my awkward walk around and pretend that my dog's peeing again. Like, right then. Shoo. Just goes right across the sky. And I just stop. And I'm like, I know, right? I know that I've been denying the right life rafts that you've been sending me as signs because a lot of you have been telling me to just keep going, have been giving me everything that I need to keep going. And like, there's still healing that needs to be done on that path of like, am I truly this person? Am I truly following this? Am I strong enough to weather this storm? And yes, like, yes, I am. And only because I want you to know that you're strong enough to weather that storm. Like, if I have to go to bat, if I have to ask for 1,000,000 signs and be served them and just keep turning away boats, and then finally, today, get the sign that I've been asking for weeks, like, because this was my prayer. Bro, we got to talk. I've been asking you for a sign. I know that it's supposed to be a book. I know where we're supposed to go. I'm listening to you. I'm listening. I'm not doing the things that I was doing before. Like, I'm here. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. I'm here to free. Like, I volunteer as tribute. Please just help me out. Today. I'm demanding at this point. I'm going to need it. And I'm like, just tell me it's supposed to be a book. Just give me enough confidence to take that step. You have helped me every path, like every point you have guided me, and I am listening. Like, this is the ultimate faith journey. No one does this. You understand. No one just leaves their job to go down this path. And yet they do. A lot of people do. It's not just me, right? But like, in my mind, this is crazy. And I am listening. So please, just tell me it's supposed to be a book. Like, just give me that sign that this is right for me and that that's the next step and I can trust that. And I got it. And I know you're getting signs too. And I just want us all to trust them right? Like, and don't wait for 12 life rafts. Don't be me. But even if you are, it's still coming for you, right? As always, you're smart, you're strong, you're beautiful. What are you going to do? Change the world. Goodbye, podcast world. Oh, yay, my video recorded.